KBRFradio.com news, I'm Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorial.com, memorials that matter. An Iowa man was arrested Sunday after taking mushrooms and damaging property at an Airbnb in Otter Tail County. According to court documents, deputies received a call from a woman at an Airbnb who said her boyfriend, later identified as 18-year-old Sincere Kells Lewis, was out of control after taking mushrooms, throwing and breaking items. She also said he had tried to strangle her. When deputies arrived, they could see Lewis on an upper level of the rental and he was not wearing clothing. When a sergeant asked Lewis to come downstairs, he started yelling incoherently before throwing a large circular mirror and a fake plant from the loft balcony down into the living room. Lewis was arrested and brought to Lake Region Hospital in Fergus Falls for evaluation. Deputies say he tried to pull away from officers and became increasingly combative in the examination room. Prosecutors say a spit hood was eventually placed on Lewis, but he bit through it and destroyed it. He was then placed in medical restraints, but he continued to thrash and eventually bit his own biceps. His mouth had to be pried away from his arm before medical staff administered medication to calm him down. Lewis made his first court appearance Monday morning and has been charged with obstructing the legal process with force and misdemeanor domestic assault. One person is hurt after a four-wheeler accident in the Hankinson Sandhills. The Richland County Sheriff's Office responded to the incident around 6:40 Wednesday evening. Upon arrival, deputies located the four-wheeler crashed into a tree with heavy damage to the front end. Mantador first responders, along with Hankinson Ambulance, provided aid to the 31-year-old male rider. Deputies learned that the male lost consciousness prior to first responders arriving on scene. The rider was transported to Sanford and Fargo by helicopter for treatment. Charges are pending for the rider for driving under suspension. No one is hurt following a sauna fire in rural Frazee. Otter Tail County deputies say they received a report of a structure fire off County Highway 51 just before 11 o'clock last Saturday evening. Crews from the Frazee, Wolf Lake, Perham, and Fergus fire departments assisted in putting out the blaze. No injuries were reported. Deputies say the fire is believed to have started from an outdoor sauna, which damaged an adjacent steel building. The fire is under investigation by the Sheriff's Office and State Fire Marshal's Office, but officials say it does not appear to be suspicious in nature. A missing elderly person in Grant County was found safe. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says deputies received a report of a missing elderly person from Ashby just before 7 Tuesday evening. The individual left in a vehicle and was believed to be headed to Otter Tail County. Deputies say there were concerns that the individual may have been experiencing a medical or mental health crisis. With the assistance of location data, the Sheriff's Office was able to narrow down the individual's location to Richland County, North Dakota. The information was relayed to the Richland County Sheriff's Office, who found the individual safe and unharmed. They were later reunited with family members. The Otter Tail County Board of Commissioners has proclaimed April 2026 as National Child Abuse Prevention Month. The proclamation calls on residents, businesses, faith communities, and organizations across the county to come together and support the well-being of children and families. Child abuse and neglect affect every part of our community. Otter Tail County Human Services Director Deb Scherstrom says prevention is the most powerful tool we have. Quote, "When communities come together to support families before a crisis happens, children are safer and families are stronger." End quote. Throughout April, pinwheels, the national symbol of child abuse prevention, will be displayed at locations across Otter Tail County. And on April 10th, community members are asked to participate in Wear Blue Day by wearing blue to show their support for child abuse prevention. This has been the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorial.com, memorials that matter. For KBRFradio.com news, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in at 5 o'clock every Friday afternoon on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Find more stories on KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.